What's up guys, Wilder Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we begin a new week in Raid Shadow Legends with some fairly enticing events depending on what you want. Now, we don't have a fusion going on, we do not have a Titan event going on, we don't have a Soul Path going on. We just have a couple little events, a couple little tournaments, and you can kind of pick what you want to do. Personally, I feel like now is a very good time to be saving resources, but if you have extra resources, you might want to spend them. Now, first of all, you might notice that the portal is glowing this whitish purple, and that's because we have a Savage Summon pool with some very exciting champions. We got Wallmaster Othorion, we got Candy, we got Rhodos, we've got Trunda, Calvalax, all very good champions. Halfrack, we got the Bunny, we got Mashaled. These are all very good champions. I personally have Razovar, Halfrack, Trunda, and Mashaled, and I use them all. I would love to have Calvalax, Wallmaster, Candy, and Rhodos, but I don't. So this is actually a very good pool because we've got 8 champions that are all very good. Now, unfortunately, you only got a 6% chance of getting a legendary from these Prism shards, so you're more than likely going to get an epic. Now, when it comes to epics, there's some very good epics that you're definitely going to want if you don't have them. If you are a new player or a progressing player, or if you just haven't had the luck over the time. Geomancer is number 1 in my opinion. I personally use him in Iron Twins among other places. He's very good and you definitely want him if you do not have him. C's you don't want at all. I don't think that there's really a place for Lady Quillen, although I think that she might be one of the epics for the Mikage fusion. We got Neldor Rhineblade. This is actually a champion I have never summoned. He's got a 3x hitter with a freeze, which just screams that he is good for hard Fire Knight. Ruella, I have built and never used. What can you do? Lure is very good for the Dark Fae and for early game Fire Knight. We got Ashma, who I think is also one of the Mikage epics. We got Zargala, who is an okay champion, particularly for faction wars. We've got Gory here. Come on. Well, he's not pulling up for some reason, but Gory is, there we go, not that good. He was somewhat useful, again, for Fire Knight, but he's only got a two-time hitter on there. And then we got Farrakhan the Fat, who is in my personal Fire Knight hard team. He is a great ally attacker. Fane is a usable champion for unkillable clan boss teams. And Phoenix is still really good for certain tag team, arena teams perhaps. I really only use him in like Cursed City situations. He's and faction wars, so he's still very good. This is a really good lineup. Unfortunately, the current way to get those fragments there, or the Prism shards, is through champ training. Champ training event just started today. The champ training event rewards are actually fairly decent. Pretty basic rewards up top, but when you get deeper into it, you can get a Mortal Soul Stone, you can get the Prism shards, a blue shard, some gems, and if you go deep enough into it, you can get a legendary skill tome. Unfortunately, I just don't think, for my account, this is good enough. I'd have to do enough champ training for 6,450 points for the only thing that I care very much about, and that's a 6% chance for a legendary. That's way too many resources for way too small of a chance for me. Now, it does look like that we have a summon rush starting tomorrow, which is kind of strange for middle of the week, non-CVC, non-fusion, non-anything, but there are some progressive chances coming up, and we'll take a look at those over the next couple of days. Some pretty good champions up for grabs, but nothing too special. What's more important to me is this Fire Knight turn attack. There is a Tag Arena tournament coming up tomorrow. I'm sure that it'll be just like every other Tag Arena tournament that has ever happened, with the same rewards that they always give out. Probably a good chance to get some Relentless gear if you're not up against a bunch of whales, which I usually am. But let's take a look at this Fire Knight turn attack. As you can see, I currently sit in 7th place with 1,800 points, far behind the number 1 person in my tournament who has 6,400 points. And it's just early in this 2-day tournament, so I'm not really planning on going so hard that I can actually compete against these top players. But if you do, you can get some primal quartz, which is kind of nice. It's part of a primal shard. That's not super exciting. They could at least do like, hey, you each get a primal shard for the top 3, but no, they say you got part of a primal shard. Not that great. The rewards on this side are okay with 200 immortal coins. I don't super care about any of this stuff. I will probably at least try to get to the chaos ore, but mostly, above all else, I'm doing the fire turn attack because of this. We got 3 times chances for savage gear. Now, I'm not wailing out on this event. I'm not wasting my precious gems or anything like that. I'm just using the energy that the game has given me. I saved up my extra energy potions from yesterday's like daily rewards and stuff like that. I didn't claim those until this morning. I ran a little bit of Fire Knight, got a little bit of gear. I'm not going super hard on this because you really don't need to farm savage gear. If you're going to farm gear from the Fire Knight, it might as well be savage gear because it's very good gear for your nukers. But there are other gear sets that you can get now. Particularly, you can get lethal from the Dark Fae. This is the rotation to get lethal gear from the Dark Fae. And you can also get Merciless from Cursed City. They're all very good nuker sets. Savage is still a very good set. It ignores 25% of the enemy defense. That's very good. But is that where you want to use all of your resources? Not really. Now, if you happen to get some savage gear, that's great. I just don't think that you really need to be spending all of your energy on that anymore. It was very important a couple years ago, but now there are just other sets that you can get for free. So why would you spend all this extra energy using all your gems for savage? So as you can see, I mean, I've got quite a bit of savage gear. That's a very good set, but you can go to lethal. Lethal has the same ignoring 25% of enemy defense, but you can also get 10% crit rate with the set. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of lethal gear, and that's just stuff that's not even on champions right now. But you can also get Merciless, which you can get 10% attack, crit damage, speed, decrease a random skill cooldown, more attack. You can get 35% ignored defense on a 6-piece set. You can get some extra speed, some extra crit damage, and if you can get 9 pieces of Merciless, which is not easy to do because it takes a whole lot of luck from the Cursed City, but if you can get that, that's way better than using Savage. So personally, if I'm getting Savage, it's not to put on my main nukers, it's to put on extra nukers, PvE nukers, nukers that I might want to use in faction wars or in Cursed City, stuff like that. Not the ones that I want to put on, say, my arena nukers or my Hydra nukers. No, I get the Savage gear mostly for my extra nukers, my B tier champions. So I think it's very good gear, but I'm not going to be spending extra energy on it. I'll use the energy that they give me, but I'm not, the only reason I'm really doing it is because I don't really need to get masteries for any particular champions right now, and I don't want to be wasting my brews for champ training right now. I'd like to save up some of my brews for the next fusion if at all possible, and they make it very difficult to do that. They really do, because they're always throwing extra champ training events with very enticing rewards. Would I like to have a 6% chance at getting one of these legendary champions? Yes, I would. But quite frankly, I've never pulled a legendary from one of these summoning pools. There is no pity, no mercy, and it probably wouldn't happen. Now, do I really want to waste enough resources to get 6,500 points or whatever it was to have a 6% chance? Maybe you do. I really don't. I really don't want to be wasting resources right now. I want to be saving them up. But the choice is up to you. Maybe you have a lot of energy. Maybe you have a lot of resources. Maybe tonight, when the clan shop resets, maybe there will be energy again tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow. Probably not. It's very rare that you get that energy back to back, but we'll see. Maybe you want to go for it. Maybe you want to go for Savage gear. They're both good choices. Neither of them are such great choices that you can't possibly skip. It's kind of up to you. Where do you want to go? Do you have unlimited resources? Then you could probably do both. But personally, I'm just going to be using a little bit of energy that the game gives me. Maybe I'll get some extra Savage gear. Maybe I'll get a good piece or two. I'm going to be skipping the champ training myself because I don't want to waste those extra resources. That's just where I'm at. You're going to have to make the choice that's best for your account. Maybe you really want one of these champions and you are desperate to get them. Maybe these epics are eluding you. They're very good epics. They're very, there's hardly a bad champion among them. So if you are have a progressing account, it's hard to go wrong. Maybe you'll get really lucky. Maybe you won't. You just never know. So it's a bit of a gamble, right? You got to make your choice. What do you want the most? Do you want Savage gear? Do you want one of those new champions? Do you have other stuff to do in the game? If you have other stuff to do in the game, now is a great time to do it. If you need to get masteries, get your masteries. If you're low on silver, run a bunch of spider runs. It's fine. Neither of these events are can't miss. They might help your account, they might not. I guess you've got a couple days to decide. That's it for me. I'm Weiler Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching. I am almost up to 300 subscribers. Maybe you will be the one who will get me over the top. I hope that you will consider subscribing, and then I can come back with more Raid Shadow Legends content. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Weiler Wednesday. See ya.